Yeah, boy.
Braincake is a delicious, sweet nourishment created by combining two or more grains.
Yes, yes, yes. So good and tasty. Coming through the power of Zoom today here at the
Oh
Point.
no.
Yeah, the dreaded Zoom cakes, man. But I'm in pretty good spirits. And
Are
Zoom,
you?
yeah, yeah. Um,
Why?
I don't know. Well, I am getting a place. I am getting my own place. That's pretty cool.
Well, yeah, that's a good reason to have a good, happy overall well-being about yourself.
Yeah, there's just some kind of like creative uplift, some kind of like positive energy, sense of independence. You
It's
know,
a freedom, man.
yeah,
This is like if you're still living with your parents or living in a situation where you can't just be you, do your shit. Unless you're just comfortable doing that anyway. But you'll never, I don't think you will ever truly find yourself unless you move far away from all your like origin of influence, so to speak, like everything that you came to know growing up, what
yeah,
was just the norm, what is just like what is around you, your area, everything, your environment is just so normal. Once you step out of that bubble and get away from people you don't know, or get away from people you do know, I'm sorry, and get near people that you have never met in your fucking life, makes a big difference, bro. Makes a
yeah.
big difference. You have a clean slate.
Right, right. Still in the hometown, basically, but
I mean, but it's a
just
start.
right. But I envy you though, man, to go, to a different city and all the others who have. Some people do just remain in their same town for most of their life, and there's nothing wrong with that per se, but
Mm-mm.
I think the pursuit of something different is probably likely to lead to something better because, I mean, surely there's something about, where you grew up that by comparison to some other city um, is not as good. Everybody, I think, should search for better.
Yeah, I don't even think people search for better, so to speak. I think they just search for different.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about it like this. I mean, like, I can't speak for people in the West Coast or, like, say, a state like California, but, there's people that probably live in San Diego or any of these, like, glorified places. So, I'm sure that they yearn for a different place, a different environment because they're like, this shit is too much, or these people are crazy. They're just
Mm-hmm.
like it could be a variety of reasons. Same for why you would want to leave such a dilapidated area, such as like the southernmost parts of the state of Kentucky. Like it's understandable. Everybody has their reasons.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just like, you know, you're there's this video of this guy on the internet. I have no idea the origin of it. I don't know if the guy is just joking or if he's legit or what, but he's just looking at the camera really crazy and saying, "You are not a tree. Move. Go. You are not a tree."
If you don't like where you are, move. You are not a tree. You are not a tree.
Not a tree. You are not a tree. And but I'm like, it's stupid, but it kind of sticks with me sometimes because I'm like,
It
literally,
sounds like a Chinese proverb.
yeah, I don't know, dude. It does. Yeah, I mean,
When winds of change come, some people build walls, some people build windmills.
what the? I don't.
It's a
What does that
Chinese
mean?
proverb.
What does that mean?
Well, it's basically like the winds of change, so to speak. Like some people will build a wall when the winds of change blow in to try to fight the change. Some
Oh,
people build windmills and just go with it.
oh, yes, yes.
That's pretty much what that is. Or that's my interpretation of that proverb.
I mean, that reminds me of something that I heard a UFC fighter say when he was talking about how he feels like he bettered his mindset. He said, you often like go out there before a fight and you try to force a feeling. You try to force yourself to be calm. You try to force yourself to be hyped up. And really what you should do is whatever feeling you're really feeling, just feel it, man.
It's like you want to recreate something that worked. So one time I was super calm. So now, I don't want myself to think I always need to be calm because that worked that one time. I just allow myself to feel the way that I'm feeling at the time. If I'm nervous, I just let myself be nervous and stop trying to be the fucking tough guy and trying to convince myself that I'm not. Or if I'm a little anxious, or sometimes I'm super, super calm and I just let myself be that way. I stop trying to force shit and I just control what I can control. I go bust my ass in the gym. I train my ass off and I show up and give max effort and the rest will figure itself out.
Just if you're feeling anxious, feel it. If you're feeling calm, feel it. Like,
it wouldn't be Francis Ngannou that said that by chance, would it?
No, it was
because that's him. That sounds like something he might have said before he punched Aaron McGehee straight in the dick. That's what it was, by the way. They teased it. They actually released that full clip from the movie as like a teaser, I guess.
Yes.
It's the cup test with Francis.
Full clip
yeah,
of it?
yeah, it's on YouTube. Yeah, it's Francis Ngannou. Like they told Aaron McGehee that it was a lightweight that was going to be punching him in the balls. And it's a fucking Francis Ngannou coming out from around the corner. He's like, "You said it was going to be a light heavyweight." And I guess in the trailer they said like the force of his punch, I guess, is like one of the strongest on record, or is the strongest on record.
They
it said it's the equivalent to a Ford Focus or something at
Ford
full
Escort.
speed. Ford Escort at full velocity. What the fuck is that?
Like, why are you
How do you do that?
Hit you in the balls, dude?
Why do you exist, monster?
Dude, this guy, bruh, I'll tell you why he exists. He walked 2 hours to go to school, and he lived in Cameroon, which I don't know anything about Cameroon really, but he walked.
Is that in South America?
Yeah, I think so. And he would go to school, and then after school, he would go work in the salt mines. And from 10 years old to 17
Oh my
years
God.
old.
How long did you have to work in these sand mines?
Until I left school. Until I left school, I was 17. And then I keep doing it. And then
you did it from 10 to 17? You did it all through school?
Yeah.
And
that was the only thing to do.
Right.
That's I mean, from what I understand, that's some pretty laborious, like hard manual labor.
Fuck yeah. So his punches are built up from a lot.
They're built from fucking salt, dude. From the salt of the earth.
I mean, that's what people mean when they talk about farmer strength. You know what I mean? It's just, they might not be ripped, but it's just from the repetitiveness of what they do day in, day out. It just builds something up in there that makes them strong, I
mean, like, could Francis Ngannou, like, just from what little bit I've seen of that clip, he seems like a fairly nice gentleman.
Beautiful man.
He seems to be a humble soul.
I really love being by myself. Let me go play soccer with this boy. Can I play with you?
Could not find a sweeter man who knocks the fuck out of 16 people in a row.
Well, I laugh because Steve-O is talking about like the velocity of his punch in front of Aaron McGehee, who's preparing for this punch to the balls. And Francis Ngannou turns around, looks at him, and says, "You weren't supposed to say that now." It's like, dude, it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But now it's like, man, okay, why are you this nice? And why do you have this power? This isn't like a Mike Tyson person. Mike Tyson doesn't give me like nice man vibes.
Mike Tyson was driven by fucking anger, and he was like,
I eat your children.
He loved and idolized like Vlad the Impaler and shit. He could tell you facts upon facts about those types
Napoleon
of guys.
Bonaparte.
Francis Ngannou just wants a fucking better life. You know what I mean? Like, Mike
He
Tyson
probably sits down and drinks like a cup of tea and like reads verses from the Bible or something over a dim lit room.
Yeah. I mean, it's insane. Yeah, his recent opponent, they fought last night. Cyril Gahn.
He is the heavyweight champion, right?
Yeah,
I don't know
Francis
much about
Ngannou.
like MMA. Yeah, like I know he was at the time of that movie. Like when they recorded it, they reference him as like the heavyweight champion.
Still is. Just retained it last night against
Well,
that
with a
guy.
punch like that, how could you not? Let me guess. Was it a knockout? I
And
bet it was a knockout.
it actually was the first in, like I said, 16 people that wasn't a knockout.
Well, you see, like there you go. It's just because I said it. If I had watched it with you, I bet it would have been a knockout.
Yeah, yeah.
But now that I guessed it, it's like, no, actually, you know what? Matter of fact, shit luck for you, man. You can't win like a $5 scratch off, and you can't even predict that a man who won 15 fucking fights in a row by knockout didn't get this one by knockout.
Yeah. I mean, the betting odds would have been pretty good to say he's probably gonna knock him out, if you're judging by previous fights. But yeah, that guy.
This is the one he knocked him by submission, actually.
No, funnily enough, that's funny you say that. Actually, he really showed off his grappling for the first time. So he's like getting better in other areas too, which is just scary. You know what I mean?
Look at this! Look at this, got him up! Whoa! 500-pound flood!
Sounds like a heavyweight defense that he's just like, was he just like trying on a different arsenal, just testing out different levels of his game or something, using this challenger as meat to do so?
I mean, yeah, possibly so. Or maybe Cyril didn't expect that from him, and so he's like, he'll never see me wanting to take him to the ground coming, because everybody just considers Francis Ngannou one-dimensional boxer, but it's like, no, now he has other aspects of his game too, so everybody's fucked for sure.
How much do you feel like Aaron McGee's punch to the balls was protected by the cup?
I mean,
he was wearing a boxing glove.
Well, I wish I could remember the speed that they said of the Ford Escort.
I mean, but still, the speed of a fucking vehicle, man, is still the like.
You're really testing the power of a cup.
Yeah, it's like having this fucking fist-sized Ford Escort drive into your nutsack.
Dude, we need it done without the cup. You know what? If it comes out and he has a cup on, we ride. We ride.
He does have a cup on, man. You can watch it.
So yeah, that's the question. How much of a punch to the balls by heavyweight champion with the punch of a Ford Escort, like how much can the fucking jock strap, or it's a jock strap and a fucking,
yeah, it's a jock strap cup. Yeah.
How much can it actually protect? We don't.
I don't know. I don't know if in Zoom land if you'd be willing to pull that video up or not, but
yeah, I'm kind of.
It seems like I was gonna say this is like the one time Zoom seems like it's actually like cooperating with us.
Okay.
At least from what I can tell on my end, because I don't think I've detected lag once in this, unless you've got some on your end. I've not heard of that.
I do not have any lag. I just worry about the audio, but
I mean, I can lay out. We can lay out.
If it's bad, we can scratch it. But
just type in cup test jackass. That's all you should be able to type in. And it will be a beautiful result. No, it's the second one right there.
Okay. Oh shit, the full sound. That's pretty cool. How's the audio for this?
So we're doing a cup test with you.
I can hear it just fine.
Lightweight is gonna punch you in the cup. Is that all right?
I told Aaron it was a lightweight. I didn't tell him it was a heavyweight.
That's not a lightweight. What are you
Not just any.
What? No. You lied to me.
Not just any heavyweight.
Lightweight came out.
I'm a UFC fan, so I heard Francis Ngannou was going to be there, and I was like, I want to do it, please. And then later I found out, in fact, I didn't
turn
want
that
to
up a little bit.
I just Googled the hardest punch ever recorded. His punch is the equivalent of being hit by a Ford Escort at top speed.
Wait, you don't need to read that now.
He waited until the fourth theatrical release to become a real star.
That's it right there.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah. dude, Steve-O really is a big fan of MMA, which is pretty cool.
Apparently, he's a big fan of Insane Clown Posse now. Past couple months.
Dude, you know what? Steve-O has turned out to be a beautiful soul for real.
Well, it's kind of amazing what coming off drugs and being humble shit will do. Steve-O being humble, that's kind of an oxymoron, though.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he is though. I think he definitely is humble.
No, he is to a point. He definitely has the ego, though, and it's self-admitted.
Yeah, I mean, the man has himself tattooed on his own back, so.
Yeah, dude. I rock. He has a Hatchet Man tattooed on his hand now.
Shit.
I guess this is in love that he done that, and he showed his butthole to the gathering last year.
Fuck yeah, dude.
He opened up his butthole on stage, and apparently there's a perfect picture of his asshole floating around on stage.
Dude, Jackass is the American dream. I mean,
is it? Is it really? Insane Clown Posse and Jackass, the embodiment of the American dream, the American spirit. Well,
Fuck
shit,
yeah.
that kind of, in ICP's case, that kind of could be true. That is true, I feel like.
Come on.
Came up, broke ass kids, man. Came from a very broken neighborhood, right? And they go and they start like recording their own music on like a goddamn karaoke machine, and they press up copies, their own individual copies. They spend hours at these copying places making all these designs and shit. Everything was them going around passing out flyers to everybody, handing out free tapes to everybody. The Carnival of Carnage, I think, on its first day that it sold 17 copies.
17 copies.
Yeah, and then it built from that. And you look where they're at now. It's like they are like self-made, like the American dream. You work for it. They worked their asses off to get there, and they fucking now they're like conquering the world for their aspirations.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, 100%. I mean, yeah. Like I remember they said something about, and this is the thing too. Becoming a musician, a successful musician, like 15 plus years ago. I don't remember when they would have been coming up and recording those shitty mixtapes and stuff. But what would you say, like early 90s?
Like between 89 and 91, I would say.
Yeah.
Carnival of Carnage came out in 91, but they were making music before that.
Yeah. And I mean, either way, what I'm saying is you really had to get down and dirty with getting your song heard back then compared to now.
You had to work for like radio, man. Like radio was the fucking hit, the bee's knees or TV.
And here's
that was like where it was. It's not like internet was not there. It's not like there's gatekeepers at that point.
Yeah, and how do you sell fucking Halls of Illusions to a radio for them to play? Like
it gets pulled off MTV is what happens. When the music video came out, it got controversy upon controversy, and it got pulled.
The way that they climbed the ladder of the underground, like they scaled that bitch. They're still in the underground, but they've like scaled to the very top of the underground.
They've proven that it can be commercially successful, if anything.
That's true too. Yeah.
On a commercial level, because at this point it would be hard to argue that they're not like commercial. If you think that style of music, that's your number one thought. In the past 30 years, yeah, sure. That's gonna be your like number one thought.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I mean, fuck, if you don't consider them. I mean, they have enough money to throw a fucking festival every year, They have enough merch to fill up a fucking gigantic warehouse. They have ridiculously loyal fans who would pay them massive.
They would fucking crucify themselves. They would all like drink the poison, the Kool-Aid, so to speak.
The
like
most
for Messiah J and Messiah Shaggy.
Oh my God, that's what happened, dude. That's the end. That's the fucking end of all things ICP is on the last of this deck.
The last Joker card.
They're gonna have one final gathering, and they're gonna have every juggalo drink the Kool-Aid while they fucking throw a show, and like bodies are just dropping, but they drank the Kool-Aid themselves too. Like they're gonna die on the stage, but they're gonna play their songs as long as they can.
Shaggy's doing, or like Violent J's doing all the solo tracks. It's just him, while Shaggy's just like on a fucking like pulley system while he's got wings on, and he's like playing Gabriel's trumpet the whole fucking time.
And then like Shaggy's the first, out of him and Jay for the poison to hit first, and he's just dangling from the rope, like he's just like limp bodied.
Ouija Mac jumps up and disembowels himself on a katana.
They have like a whole fucking freak show happening while everybody in the crowd, so they can get the show of their lives before they go to Shangri-La.
The Juggalette beauty pageant's going on behind all of this.
How could we have kept saying Kool-Aid? It would be Faygo.
Oh my god! Fruit punch Faygo. Or cotton candy. Take your pick. There's like 50 fucking flavors. We have all the poison you want.
Yeah.
Red pop, man. It's gotta be like fruit punch or red pop or blue raspberry. One of those wow flavors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Flavors that just sound loud.
They would have a bunch of different stands with all of the different like how you put it in like a punch bowl, like they would put just different flavors of Faygos in different punch bowls, and you could buy it from like a little Grim Reaper dude,
Yeah. It's kind of weird thinking about it. Like there are like documented, confirmed like news coverage of like murders that have been portrayed in the past that had people that would claim like Insane Clown Posse as a source, or their music, or things like that, or they had some sort of association with that band. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't hear anything like on a suicide scale of that, do you? Like at least I've not. Maybe it's out there, but I've never heard anything of like suicides related to any of their music.
I mean, are you saying like?
I'm not saying like those murders are even responsible. Or like that their music's not responsible. They're not responsible.
No.
Somebody does shit like that. That's on the person.
Doesn't matter.
Music
anyway.
has nothing to do with that. Like that's not going to influence you. It's like Grand Theft Auto influencing fucking people. If it was going to influence them, guess what? They were fucking nuts to begin with.
Yeah.
They were nuts to begin with.
Yeah,
that made no difference.
Not any normal person like here's two guys dressed up in clown paint talking about murdering people with hatchets and
and I would argue
this is acceptable to do now. Like no, it's
like
not.
I would argue, if anything, the music or the games or whatever they were bought time. It bought like innocent people times, like that. These fucking inevitable ticking time bombs are being distracted with something that could be semi-cathartic.
Yeah, for sure.
Like if running over a prostitute in GTA brings you joy and it stops you from going out and running over somebody for real or doing some stupid fuckboy shit, go right ahead, run over all the invisible or like all the virtual prostitutes to your heart's content. You're not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
Right? Like maybe I'm making a stretch, but
I mean, dude,
you get my point.
There are a lot of weirdos, like true, genuine weirdos who are juggalos, who honestly, I don't know where they would be if they didn't have the fucking family. If they didn't have other people like that, what crowd would they be in? I don't know if they could find one. I mean, and they'd probably be doing some bad shit. Let's just be honest. A lot of them have drug issues. A lot of them are fucking legit crazy in some ways.
I don't know if I would say a lot. I would say like there are your pocket of people that belong to that.
Well, it's the stereotype.
It's the stereotype, and it does exist. Like firsthand seeing it, it exists. But there's a lot of cool as fuck people too that they're just just people. But you do have like your questionable characters. no doubt about it. Or people who hear it and it seems like they get the clear fucking opposite or wrong impression.
Yeah.
And those people I would define as stupid. Like those are impressionable, stupid people that exactly that's just what they are. It's impressionable and stupid.
Mhm.
People that are easily influenced and ready to just give money at whim to something just to feel like to feel like they're a part of something. Even if it's something that's as disrespected or seen as degenerate as like juggalos.
Yeah.
And I'm not shitting on the juggalos. I mean, like, if anything, I've found that culture to be very like embracing in the past 20 some years. I don't
Yeah.
have issues with any of it. It's just like, yeah, it's weird. It's just like any other like fan base or subculture of human beings. Like they all got their
I mean, you go
no
to a
sense of getting
Metallica
invested in
concert.
all of it.
You go to a Metallica concert, you're gonna run into some fucking douches. You're gonna run into some great people. You're gonna run into some people who do drugs. You're gonna run into possibly a murderer. Who knows? I mean,
There's a myriad of humans that you could just run into these things, and they all have their. But like that's the thing is like they're easily defined. I think
man,
that's the thing. Like Metallica is like a mainstream successful thing. ICP is a pocketed, like very recognizable. Like their brand is recognizable. Like Steve-O's brand is recognizable. Somebody else that came from the whole American Dream concept, man. You know,
yeah,
fucking he was a fucking drug addicted clown, and then he went on to be a Jackass star who was a drug addict the entire time. Then
you
he
have to
he
be a clown. By the way, this is the prerequisite for the American dream.
yes,
Your
that's what
dream
you have
has
to.
to involve being a clown.
Not only does life have to clown on you and dunk on you while you're down, you have to actually have that as an occupation at some point in time.
Yeah, but no, for real, like you said, I mean, Steve-O,
He is his own brand. Would you say now? I think so.
100%.
I think he could like Steve-O as a brand. He sells himself. He doesn't have to be associated with Jackass or anything. He got himself to that point. It's like Bam Margera before they started with Jackass. He was already a name. He was already established in other means. So, but he's like it's like they cross paths and they're going backwards with each other.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, but I mean, I know, how can you even have that as a direction? Like who could,
I
if
want to be set
anybody,
on fire for a living. Yeah, dude.
right. I mean, if anybody ever tells you that they can't see your dream, it's because it's not their dream. They don't understand. Maybe you're on a path that hasn't been carved out yet. I mean, how do you make it? Just showing your butthole to a crowd full of people?
No, that's the
Oh,
stage he's
no.
at now, man.
But
Like
if
he
that's
worked
your
to this
dream,
point to show his butthole.
right. But everything.
Yeah, you're right. It's his dream.
Nobody in life would tell you that's a good path to success. Nobody probably, not much support throughout the early years, I would imagine, especially from family, or something like that.
But man, like you think about, he had a weird path. He went to clown college, which, as he's pointed out, and which I 100% believe, and I'm sure it's a real thing. It's like statistically, it's harder to get into than Harvard.
And I mean,
something like clown college would be. Wouldn't you think so? For a name like Barnum and Bailey Circus, because that was the college. And I mean, like it's defunct now. I'm pretty certain, like those big circus names, like with Animal Rights and stuff, I think they're all like non-existent now, or like very much like they don't do anything nearly as much as they used to.
But what kind of weird person does it take to want to be a clown professionally? Seriously.
It's like, yeah, and I can't remember why he said he ever done it. I don't know if it's because like he saw that as a gateway into entertainment, or if he saw that as a gateway into stunt, like doing stunt stuff, or like it would just. I know he said that it would look really good. It's like you have a degree from Barnum and Bailey's clown college. Like that is a weird feather in your cap to have, for sure.
No, but where do you get the most fucking professional clown jobs? Like,
I imagine it would have to be like a place like Barnum and Bailey Circus or the Ringling Brothers or something like that. It'd have to be like a big or like a maybe like a Nevada show or something.
How
Those
much are they
types of
getting
things would be
paid?
like how you can make money. I don't know. We
How
need to
much
find
are
a
they
mime and ask
fucking
them.
Barnum
God
and
damn you, mimes,
Bailey?
answer our emails.
Dude, Jesus Christ. No, none of these moms out here. Like, come on, dude. Somebody's got to step up and be the first mom to come on a podcast and tell us what's up, man.
Come on, be the first mime to speak up.
Right. Be the first. Hashtag speak up for moms.
They don't have a voice for themselves, damn it.
But
We
we're
need a
trying
voice
to
for
lend a
them.
hand, yes. Let one speak the truth. I mean, what the fuck? What do you get paid to be a mom? How do you even get a job being a mom? How do you practice being a mom? I mean,
They have to sacrifice freedom of speech.
they have no freedom of speech. Like moms
They
are
just
not
they have to
protected by the
do
law.
it with their hands and feet, man. They can't speak like people.
Can you imagine?
I
a
told
mom
Jerry, I
getting
think
arrested or
you have
some
to go
shit?
to they're pleading their case.
A mom and actually a mom. Now I'm just realizing the concept of a mom is pretty funny because you can put a mom in any situation and it's pretty funny to think about.
They'll try and get their way out of it.
And it'll be wacky along the way every
They're
time.
they're a witness to homicide. They saw a drive by.
They have to explain the drive. Shaking their hands. I mean,
they gave jazz hands for some reason.
as you're momming it over there visually, audio listeners, I'm realizing I would have a very difficult time translating for the mom to the listeners.
But that's the beauty of it, though. That's like as braincake gets, man.
That's right.
We have a mime. We interview a mime, and it's great for audio listeners. They
We
get
need
to
an
ask us here the
official
hard
mom
quitting.
translator.
We do, but we can hit them with the hard hitting questions, man. A mime can't avoid our questioning skills.
No.
I assure you.
No, I mean they better be prepared to be pressed for answers because we're getting hot and heavy with the mom.
I assume mimes, man. I assume they go to colleges like Barnum and Bailey. Wouldn't you think? It doesn't seem like a trade you can just pick up. I feel like it's like a different branch of clown college.
Why not though? Like who is checking a mom resume? Like, the only things that I could think that a mom would be used for is like a street performer. And I feel like the way that would work is maybe somebody goes out and does something for a while, like plays guitar, like with their permission. And then maybe over time, they're like, when a holiday comes around, they're like, hey, can we hire you to stand outside of this store? And like, you know what I
Wonder how
mean?
much you can make theoretically as a like street performer. Because there's people that do it, man. Like there's plenty of people that do it. And they seem like they're very fucking good at it.
Yeah.
Like how much money are these people making in a day, I wonder. Like on average, how much a street entertainer or street performer would make.
That's a good
Like whether it's a musician or fuck, man, do people tip? Like what the fuck is the purpose of like a gold man? You know what I'm talking about? Like sometimes you see people that are completely bronzed up and they stand still and you get near them and they move, because like they're just paid there to stand still all day. Like they're the fucking British Guard or something.
Yeah.
It's like, do you get paid for that? Like, or are you somebody's fucking puppet, dude? Are you a fool? Why are you letting somebody like bronze you up to just stand out here in the goddamn blazing sun all day, just so people can gawk at you and be like, oh, like the second they realize that you're fucking like you're so good at your job, dude. Like, do they hit you with like suppressants in your bloodstream for you to be that still? What do you do? Do you make money doing that shit? I'd hope.
Well,
I would really fucking hope.
According to this, the salaries of street musicians in the U.S. range from $64,000 to $93,000, with a median salary of $72,000.
That's way more than I would have thought.
That's pretty damn good money to be doing something that you kind of enjoy.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know
if that's the case, I don't know if
street is,
mimes get
know,
paid. Are mimes considered street performers like that would get paid? Is there a fucking union for mimes?
I don't know, dude. So
Is there a hiring agency? Like you get assigned to this fucking strip of California or this part of New York City. They're here in Virginia Beach or somewhere. Like, do they just displace you motherfuckers randomly, or is it like, can you hire all across the country and just designate locations? Like, I'm honestly curious and baffled, man. I'm fucking curious.
The path to being a mime is not one easily carved out. I mean,
this is the strangest goddamn set of like Skyrim that you could take.
Dude, there's no guidebook on becoming a mime. Okay, there's not.
God, it's like finding faith in God or something through the Bible. Like you have to really you have to take this divine fucking trail to like your destination, bro.
All right,
like
well,
one does not become a mime so easily.
Here's you some mime facts brought to you by ZipRecruiter.com.
Please
okay?
give ZipRecruiter.
Yes.
Interesting.
So man, average mime salary as of January 16th, 2022, annual is $51,826.
God.
I mean,
okay. They're not making. I mean, like they're making like pretty. They're doing well.
I mean, to be a mime, that's good money. Shit.
It better be low cost to get into miming, so to speak. If it's not, then that seems like a wasted endeavor. What's the shelf life of a mime? Like, is there mimes out there that's been doing it for decades? Like fucking 20-year vets of mimes? they're old mime veterans. Old mimey veterans.
Oh shit, dude. It's giving a breakdown of for these top 10 cities. Are these the top 10 cities that mimes what are the top 10 highest paying cities for mime jobs, dude? We got the fucking top 10 right here.
Well, this has to be also the most highly populated area for mimes. Like there has to be like clans of mimes living in huts or something in these cities because they know this is where they make bank.
So
there's like there's settlers of mimes coming in on fucking Plymouth Rock, piling up, just hoping for a better opportunity for America's tomorrow.
Wow, a mime's household would be so peaceful.
It would, man. You'd hear a pin drop. They don't even cook bacon because it sizzles. They don't use a microwave because it makes noise.
Okay. Tell me what you think about that. Okay, so top 3, they're all in California. Sunnyvale, Santa Cruz, and Santa Rosa. Not even Hollywood. Okay. I mean, is Hollywood in one of those, or is Hollywood?
That's where all the clowns
live. Yeah, we got
not mimes, but that's the clowns.
Manhattan, New York.
Of course, there's got to be somewhere in New York.
Cambridge, Massachusetts. That's another place in Massachusetts. Arlington, Virginia. That is pretty close to us, man. Actually, not close.
Good. Let's drive to Arlington and kidnap one, so we can have a guess.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's interesting.
They won't answer our emails. God damn it! That's the best thing we can do. That's the next best solution is just to drive to them. Arlington is doable.
Let's fucking do it, dude. I don't give a shit.
Or we can drive to Manhattan. It's just like a 6-hour drive or something. 10-hour drive.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Tomato.
If you are a mom, please God, I mean, contact us, dude. We need one. We've been begging for months now.
Send a pigeon with a letter attached to it if you don't want to speak to us.
Yeah, I mean, surely they use
whatever the fuck you want,
right? I mean,
I would hope so. I mean, like if they do, they're not very proficient at answering them.
That's very true.
We're talking to you, moms. Don't think we aren't. Fuck faces. Sick of them. But like, I wonder, does it say on there at all anywhere as to how much fucking it costs to be a mime, or do you have to go to college?
Well, yeah, actually, this on Google says, "How do you become a mime?" And it says a good mime is going to get professional training at places like what?
A good mom.
A
A
good
good
mom.
mom.
If you want to be
A
a
good
fucking
mom
good
who
mom.
fucking behaves and listens to what they're told. If you're a good mom, you'll shut up and listen. You fucking fall in line, you piece of shit mom. Shut up. If you don't back talk me, you mother. That's why they're quiet. They get beaten into submission.
no.
If you're a good mom, if you're a proficient, distinguished, fucking efficient mime,
Oh my god, that's so
you'll
sad.
be quiet. There's a fucking hotline out there for moms, man. It's like starving children and shit like that.
Dude, there needs to be an occupational like rights act for moms. I think like moms deserve to be not
Moms versus
treated at work.
Delaware. That's the court case. In the case of Mom versus Delaware.
Well, so a good mom, as the article is saying, a good mom. So the ones that, you know, only get beat a little bit as comparison to getting beat a lot. They get professional training at places like the American Mime Theater or the Theatrical Mime Theater. These places offer courses and training in pantomime or dramatic arts. As you go to mime training in school, be sure to invest in a good mirror. Use the mirror to see yourself and your actions.
Well, how fucking like this seems like a whole lot of investment for very little reward in the long run. For something that I would assume most people would just get tired of doing.
Dude, oh my God. We need, you know what? Fuck, we need to take it on the road, man. We need to go visit one of those schools. We need to talk with the students, dude. We need to talk with all of the students in a mime class.
I would imagine these colleges are in California.
Probably.
I think that's a safe bet to say that they're California based.
Yeah.
Maybe New York based. I mean, like Broadway and shit. Maybe they have like, I'm sure they have like theatrical arts like that.
Dude, I mean, what is the fucking school of pantomime like? Like, are they fucking partying down? Like,
it sounds like everybody's like taking a test
drinking.
with number 2 pencils, man.
It's a silent party, dude. Can you imagine a mom silent?
A silent frat house. It's like a frat house, like a silent library edition.
Can you imagine like moms in fuck, what's it called in college when a bunch of dudes all get together in a group like fucking alpha beta fucking all that.
Like frat boys?
Yeah, like frats. Yeah, can you imagine
They're
like
in a frat house, dude. It's like Animal House.
Can you imagine like a mom frat initiation? Like shit that they like they're
it's clowns, man. It's clowns that they take in for initiation. They drain the color out of them.
Oh my God. They drain the this is fucked up now. So you're saying
very quietly. They do it very quietly and stealthily.
Ugh.
They leave no margin for error when they're draining color from these clowns. That's actually no, I take that back. When clowns come over, that's when shit gets frisky and they're like having fucking drunk wild orgies.
Hey,
like
man.
There's paint everywhere, bro. Paint everywhere.
Paint everywhere.
Like there is so much fucking like there's face paint prints like smushed in the bed and like handprints of paint like all up against the wall and bathroom floors and stuff. Like it's a mess. It's a clowny, gooey mess.
That's a shame, man. That is a shame. But actually, not really. It sounds like a hell of a good time. I'd love to attend one. Music's blasting, but you don't hear anybody yelling. You just see a
half
bunch
of them are into balloon play, like Happy Cappy style.
Like you open the door at a party, you know, you and your mom, bitch, are about to go in there and have drunken sex, and you open the door and you see 2 other moms, and they're already making balloon animals, and you're like, oh, sorry, dude.
They're making balloon animals.
Like that's what sex is for them.
They just blow one up, man. Use it as a dildo. Fuck, they ain't gonna complicate it.
Do moms use balloons, or is that a clown thing?
Oh shit! Is it taboo for moms to use it?
Fuck, I don't know.
They can't use them. They have to pretend to have sex. Moms do. They act it out like Pictionary wise.
Yeah, I feel like they're like elitist about it. They're like, why would we need to represent ourselves with balloons? Like that's stupid. We're better than that. We can represent ourselves like we're playing Pictionary. Is it Pictionary or charade?
Yeah, charades. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, dude, like moms are really just like highbrow, snobby fucking clowns is all they are. It's all mimes are.
When
Clowns are notoriously disrespected, man. They're shit dunked upon by society as a whole. People ignore mimes. They don't even associate them with clowns. They're painted up fucking weirdos doing some entertaining hokey pokey bullshit, and they're all the same, man. They're all the same. If you're gonna dunk on clowns, dunk on those stuck up douchebags that won't answer their emails.
But people are scared of clowns, man.
They are. I mean, like, I guess if there was like,
is it the nose
the
that's so
insane
scary?
mime posse,
the insane mime posse.
Yeah, they're a fucking silent quartet. That's what they are.
You know what, man? We need to have a representation for Team Clown. We need Clownvis, dude, on the episode that the mime.
Clownvis. Get the fuck out of here with Clownvis.
Clownvis to tell us what life is as a clown, and we need the mime to tell us about life as a mime, and we need them to collaborate and conversate. You know.
Well, we really need to round out this round table by adding Elvis Presley impersonators in this list of fucking street performers / everything else.
Oh my God, I forgot in the initial conversation we had with the mimes, we talked about Elvis impersonators because that's another weird occupation. So yeah, we need them too, man. We need all these fucking weird occupations to come together and tell us what the hell is up.
You have a clown and mime sitting, or you have a mime sitting to the left. You have a mime, or not a mime, sorry. You have a fucking Clownvis in the center, and you have an Elvis impersonator to his right. So, and they mesh, and in the center is our creation of a Clownvis. And we can try interview all of them and see what the fuck is going on. See if there's some kind of compromise. Maybe they could go on the road as a trio.
Fuck yeah, dude.
The transformation to Clownvis. It could be a fucking theater show.
Well,
yeah,
that's that. Like, we got to get on preparing that now, so we're gonna go do that.
I think so.
Gotta get that podcast rolling for sure. Clownvis, please join us and a mime.
I bet Clownvis would at least respond to us, or at least if I tweet his ass, maybe something will happen.
Right.
That would be a whole lot. A mime's not going to answer their fucking Twitter accounts. They're dead accounts. They ghosted.
That's right. And like you said, they don't email back. So, I mean, fuck it.
All right. We'll drive to Arlington. That's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's planned too. I mean, I think I'm ready to wrap up. I mean, is there anything you would like to cover before we go?
No, sir. But I do wish you luck on moving into your new home. Wish me luck in paying off the speeding tickets I seem to just rack up and accumulate on a recurring basis.
Oh yeah, good on that, man. Yeah.
And hopefully I can get a new job, and I'm looking for that.
Yes.
And if you need us to fill in on the podcast landscape while you're moving, that is no issue. We can accommodate. So don't you worry, Kiwi. We are your homies, dog. We got you.
Fuck yeah. I know y'all got my back. That's why I love y'all. Braincake boys, I love y'all. Jimothy, I love you, dog. Fans out there, I love you. If you love us, comment. You can rate on Spotify now. Do that. Follow on Spotify. Subscribe on iTunes. Subscribe on YouTube. Check out everything, bitch. Because the cake's coming out the oven. We love you. Deuces.
Fresh out the oven. Fresh out the oven.
Fresh out the oven. So get the baker's mitt.
Steady sitting everywhere where the Lakers sit. Some bullshit like that.
Yeah.
Fuck you,
Fresh out the oven. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Fresh out that oven. 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 Fresh out that oven.